Welcome to episode 13 on how to create a Terminator effect. This is where we left off last time. So we imported our photogrammetry from Nuke, and now we will move this into ZBrush. So let's begin. And let's start the screen recording. Okay. If you look here, we can see we have some floating pieces, and these may cause some trouble in ZBrush, so let's remove these. And this is done. I will go back to the mesh, say display mesh, and now we see the mesh without the colors, so it's a little bit easier. So let's first of all partition this mesh into the connected parts. So I press tab and say connectivity and connect this after the mesh. And if I look at this and go to geometry spreadsheet, we can see that we have a new attribute called class, and that is the piece number. And if you look here at the classes, we can see that most of these are number 49. So we can guess that piece number 49 is the main big piece here. So I will then delete everything except piece number 49. So press tab and say last, and that is used for deleting geometry, and connect it after connectivity. And then display this one and press P for parameters and primitive where at class equal 49. So that means that the class attribute equals 49. And delete non-selected. So these are the things we want to delete, and we want to delete the opposite. We want to keep the face. So delete non-selected. And here we have the face only without these floating parts. And now press P to hide the parameters. And then look again at our colors. And these colors look quite washed out because these are essentially log space colors. So it will be difficult to sculpt on this in ZBrush. So let's change the colors to something that is easier to see. So for that, I'm going to create a new attribute wrangle node. So press tab, type attribute wrangle, and select attribute wrangle, and put this after everything else, and connect the input to the first and the display flag on the right side, and P for edit. And here we have again our code editor. So we want to change the colors. So what we will do is first of all to read in a vector color equal at CD. So that's the color attribute on the points. And the next thing is we want to define some parameters that we can adjust. So I will say float gamma equal CH for channel, and we call this gamma. And we create another one, float gain equal channel gain. And now if you press this icon down here, we can see that we have a gamma and gain attributes. So let's set the gamma to 1 and gain to 1 as default. And let's continue with applying these values. So color equals, so first we apply the gain. So let's see, color times gain. And on this we want to apply the gamma, so we say POW for power, and take this to the power of gamma. And then we want to output this back into the color. So let's say at CB equal color. And now if we change these, we can see that the colors will change. So let's say gamma, let's try something 2. I guess that's maybe too much, 1.5. Now this is a bit dark, so let's take the gain maybe 3. Okay. This is a little bit easier to see. Okay, let's keep these colors and save. Okay, and the next step here is to export this to ZBrush. So we will export this as an FBX file, because FBX files can store the vertex color attributes. So now each point here has a color, and we want to export this as well to ZBrush. So I will add a new node, press tab, type ROP for render operator, and then select ROP FBX output, and put this last and connect this node, and then select the node, press P for the parameters, and here the file name, we will call this, for example, face.fbx. Accept, and then save this. Okay, so now let's go to ZBrush. And for those of you who have never heard of ZBrush, you can go to their homepage and read more about it. And let's jump into it. So here we have a ZBrush open, it's the blank screen. And we want to import our FBX file. So on the right side here we have import. So I press import. And then we get the file selector, and I will select here the face, open. And now this mesh is connected to the brush, so we have to draw the mesh. So press down and draw downwards and hold shift to get it aligned. And release. And the next step, you have to press the T key. T. Otherwise it will just continue drawing more and more of the faces. So let's look at this. Because this looks not too bad, but there's a lot of garbage, clay stuff, so let's remove that. You first select your brush, and you go here to the clip rect, select the clip rect, and then you can use Ctrl Shift to clip. So okay. So I will now hold Ctrl and Shift and clip out the part I want, like this. And I will do the same here, Ctrl Shift. Okay, so here we have a little bit, you can just keep cleaning this up, but I think this is good for now. And then we can continue working on this in the next episode. So see you in episode number 14 on how to create a Terminator effect. And don't forget to like and subscribe.